And I was just,
Sock.
Just do.
Oh, you were going for the lay down.
I was gonna go one of these, just be very like casual about it.
Pete Davidson is a comedian, actor, and producer. Known for his BDE and sketch comedy on SNL, Pete has always had a way with the ladies. Pete Davidson made the Forbes 30 Under 30 list at the age of 22. He has over 40 tattoos, a lot of which are now cover-ups due to many failed relationships. Pete had a legendary relationship with Ariana Grande, which turned sour after fans got a little too involved. Being blamed for Mac Miller's death and being toxic towards Ariana created a lot of bad press for Pete. He rose to prominence during his relationship with Ariana, but that ended when his reputation also came crashing down. Pete's comedy career hit an ultimate high when he joined the cast of Saturday Night Live in 2014. Pete was only 20 years old when he stepped onto the scene in New York City, being the first cast member who was born in the 90s. His father was a firefighter during the 9/11 attacks, where he tragically lost his life. Pete was only 7 years old at this time. This enormous loss in Pete's life led him down many troubling paths, battling with mental health. He was also diagnosed with Crohn's disease as a teenager. By finding comedy, Pete was able to talk about his problems and deal with them in a more positive manner than he was managing before. After Pete's first season on SNL, he joined the roster of roasters in the 2015 Comedy Central's Roast of Justin Bieber. Pete has also had features in movies and TV series like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Suicide Squad. Most recently, he co-wrote and starred in a semi-autobiographical dramedy called The King of Staten Island, which he created with Judd Apatow in 2020. Pete made it onto Forbes 30 Under 30 list in 2016 when he was only 22 years old. That same year, Pete also came out with his first comedy special called Pete Davidson, SMD. In 2020, Pete released another comedy special on Netflix titled Alive from New York. That title sounds familiar. I wonder where he got his inspiration from. Pete was also pretty well known for his extensive list of ex-girlfriends. Some of his past love interests include Carly Aquilino, Kate Beckinsale, Kaya Gerber, and Phoebe Dynevor, just to name a few. Pete has also dated Larry David's daughter, Cassie David, for about 2 years. Though an article has revealed that Pete Davidson dumped Cassie with a text message the day before she saw that he was dating Ariana Grande on Instagram. Oh my gosh, Pete, don't you know you can't text message breakup? Poor Cassie. Pete even got a tattoo of a self-portrait that Cassie drew when she was younger, but he now has gotten that covered up. Such a shame, but I won't lie. It was so much fun to watch Pete and Ariana's relationship flourish online. Pete Davidson's debut on SNL was also the same night that Ariana Grande was a musical guest. We literally got to watch their sparks fly on camera for the first time. They had been crushing on each other for a while, but never really spoke until Ariana came back to SNL as a host. Their first actual date was after the Met Gala in 2018. Ariana was having some friends over to an after party to play some games and hang out. Pete was obviously invited, but felt so out of place. In an interview with Howard Stern, Pete said, and I quote, "I'm so stupid and unaware of how chemistry and all that stuff works. I was literally like, hi, can I kiss you please?" Aw, that's so sweet, Pete. Now, here's where things get a little messy, as Ariana was still dating then boyfriend Mac Miller. Apparently they were spending time apart, so it didn't seem like anyone crossed any lines they shouldn't have, but who really knows? Shortly after the Met Gala, and I'm talking like 2 days, Ariana posted on Instagram that she and Mac Miller had officially broken up. All of her following social media posts and Pete's became very cryptic and flirty. Lots of cloud emojis started popping up in Ariana's captions, then Pete posted about a new Cloud 2 tattoo he got, and then Ariana posted about one that she got. On May 18th, finally, the couple announced their relationship. The days and weeks following, the happy couple was posting so many cute comments and pictures together, even showing off some more matching tattoos. At one point, Pete's tattoo artist even made a joke with him about covering them all up like he did with Cassie David's self-portrait. Pete and Ariana attended a Kids Seek Ghost concert, which the two claim is where they fell in love, and of course, can you guess what happened? They got more matching tattoos to remember the night and each other. On June 3rd, Ariana was spotted during a performance wearing a very big ring on a very special finger. An article with jeweler Greg Yuna said, and I quote, "Pete called me at the end of May and said, 'Look, I'm getting a ring, this is what I want.' Pete knew exactly what he wanted, and he wanted Ariana Grande. He actually started getting the ring made the day after they officially announced their relationship. Pete was ready to go all in, but Ariana's fans were not having it. A lot of hurtful comments were made, and Pete was even being bullied at one point by all of her fans, saying that he broke up Ariana and Mac Miller. Some even claimed that Pete was the reason that Mac went into such a dark spiral, which tragically led to the loss of his life. Pete was getting yelled at from every angle possible. He even made a terrible joke that did not go well after the horrific bombings that took the lives of many fans at Ariana's show in Manchester. Ariana tried to defend him, but there was only so much she could do, until she started to realize what kind of person she had engaged. Pete has always been open about his addictions and state of mental health, but it's no surprise with the amount of negative attention he was receiving, it became a rocky reality. Fans had become so involved with the couple's relationship because they posted just about every aspect of it online for the world to see. And then people started taking sides before there was really any conflict. Pete said in an article, and I quote, "I'm trying to understand how when something happens to a guy, the whole entire world just trashes him without any facts or frame of reference." Pete really took a hit from the internet, people calling him stupid for getting all those matching tattoos. Pete and Ariana took a hiatus from social media for a bit, as the fans were getting to be a little too harsh anytime either of them said anything. At this point, it was reported that the couple had been on and off for a while before they officially decided to call it quits. Ariana Grande told Vogue, and I quote, "In retrospect, her whirlwind relationship with Davidson was an amazing distraction after her split from Miller." Ariana released her new song, Thank You Next, where she references both her relationships with Mac and Pete. Pete Davidson ended up moving back in with his mom after the split and continued to work on SNL, where he made many jokes about the relationship. Pete said on SNL, and I quote, "I know some of you are curious about the breakup, but the truth is, it's nobody's business. Sometimes things just don't work out, and that's okay. She's a wonderful, strong person, and I genuinely wish her all of the happiness in the world." Pete began dating again a few months later when he met Kate Beckinsale, but they quickly realized the age gap was a little too much for their liking and broke up after 2 months. Kaya Gerber and Phoebe Dynevor were also some of Pete's companions for a few months here and there, but nothing will ever compare to the rapid-fire passion that he and Grande shared. Actually, after looking at Pete's dating history, it seems like Ariana was the only one who lasted longer than his several 2-month relationships. After all the negativity that Pete faced in his relationship with Ariana, his life is up and up. Pete continues to soothe his trauma with comedy and art. He's on SNL learning to redefine what his mental health means to him and how he can use his platform to help others. He hasn't given up on dating either, especially with celebrities who join SNL as musical guests or hosts. It's now official that Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian are exclusively dating. Kim landed a host spot on SNL where they had a very public kiss during one of the sketches. The couple has been spotted hanging out and going on many dates ever since. Pete even celebrated his birthday at the Kardashian house, with Kim, Kris, and Flava Flav wearing matching outfits. And the paparazzi photos showed the pair holding hands. Of course, this story is only the beginning, so make sure you subscribe for any more updates. Thank you so much everyone for watching. This has been Where Are They Now for Pete Davidson, and I was your host, Emily.